one of the things that was really an important part was socio and emotional learning as a comparison or as a supplement rather to early childhood education. All right. Like that's one of the things that tennis can do in a way that's fun. Like you can gamify these core skills. Well, that is a part of developing a program, developing a pathway. Like that at some point your athlete's going to need to be resilient. They're going to need to be patient. They're going to need to know how to work with others. Like all of these are relevant skills that you need to have for success. And we get to teach them through tennis at a really early age and then develop them over time. Like your problem solving skills at 4 are a lot different than your problem solving skills at 10, primarily because the situation is different and you're a little bit more mature. But the core of what you learn at 4 years old should be able to carry you to 10, to 14, to 18, and so on and so on and so on. So when you think about developing a program, you start with, I think, identifying the things that are going to be the most essential by the time that a child leaves your programming. So if you were to narrow that down to tennis, the technical aspects are the easiest. Like if you take care of that young, obviously you have to modify as your athlete grows. But the most important thing is, what have you given them mentally? How do they view themselves? What kind of socio-emotional skills have they developed over time? So I think, anyone, you can almost kind of by accident make someone technically sound because that's just a matter of repetition. Um, but, to make someone truly ready to be a competitor, because it draws a lot of you, that's a different enterprise. So it really is weaving in those multitude of things all at once.